I'm here for a fun video, and that is my top 5 Tuesday for the week. I cannot believe how quickly these keep coming around. It's just like always like bam, another week, another week, another week, another week, and I'm running out of topic ideas because like it's probably been a year since I've started doing my top 5 Tuesdays, and I'm just like running out of ideas. You know what? If you have any ideas for top 5 Tuesdays, please comment them down below because I really am needing some help figuring out some ideas. But today's theme is going to be my top 5 retellings. I've been waiting a little bit of time to do this one because I hadn't really read many retellings and I wanted to read a couple more, so I wasn't just picking the only 5 retellings I've ever read, but at least have a bit of a choice in what I've read. So I've read a few now, so I'm very excited to do this thing, so let's go. Number 5 on my list is Entwined by Heather Dixon. This was such a good retelling of 12 Dancing Princesses. It's one of my favorite fairy tales and I seriously love it. And the Barbie movie is so good, and even though it's Barbie, I don't care. It's good and it definitely shows the story, but this book was so wonderfully done. The villain was awesome. The story elements were awesome. I really liked Azalea. She was a really cool character and everything was great. And my god, the love interest, Mr. Bradford is just, you know, they loved him. Number 4 on my list is Never Never by Brianna R. Sherman. I loved this retelling of Peter Pan. It was so interesting having a book from Captain Hook's perspective and have his slow descent into being the villain he is, and how Peter Pan is not the good guy he is in the normal story. You know, everyone was in this. Like Tiger Lily and Captain Hook, I was shipping the shit out of that. I loved it, and that was Smee and, you know, all the Lost Boys and Wendy and her brothers, Peter and John. Oh, I can't remember. She was only in part of the book, but I just loved everything and it was such a good book, and I had so much fun reading this and it was so good. Number 3 on my list is The Shadow Queen by CJ Redwine. I thought this book was so great. I loved everything about it. All the elements of Snow White in this were just great, and I mean, there was dragons. Oh my god. Like, it just made everything, and like, I really love too that you instantly know this has got some different shit happening here because it's got the black apple, it ain't a red apple, and just, I loved it so much. And Lorelai was just such a great character, and Cole, I loved him so much. Just everything was great. Number 2 on my list is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas, or ACOTAR if I will say it. Might be easier to say ACOTAR, but I really loved this retelling, and even though A Comath is sort of my more favourite book out in this series at the moment, I really like the elements of Beauty and the Beast in this story, and it was so good. And oh my god, Tamlin was just a great beast. He has that, you know, about him. And Feyre was such a good belle, and even though she didn't read and wasn't obsessed with reading and there was no library in this book, it was still really, really good, and I loved it, and And on second thought though, A Comath is a Hades and Persephone sort of retelling, so it's kind of interesting to have all these elements, and I love everything. And number 1 on my list is one you can probably guess, and that is going to be The Wrath of the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. This is such a good retelling of 1001 Nights, and even though I didn't know what this actual retelling was when I started this book, halfway through I googled it and I was just like, oh my god, it's so good. This story is just everything to me, and I love Shahrazad and Khaled, and just everyone in this book is so good, and I just loved it so much, and I need to read the sequel. I don't know why I've been sort of holding off. Like, the minute I had it in my hands, I was just like, but I just haven't read it yet. But I do plan to read it soon, but I need to read the sequel, and then I'll have like the whole duology as my favourite retelling ever. But I love this so much, it's so good. So guys, these are all of my favourite books of retellings. I love it so much. Oh, I love all retellings. Retellings are actually so good, and I have so many in my wish list to buy, but I'm, you know, not doing that now because I am doing Project 5. I am close to being able to buy my first book, and I've already got it picked out. I'm going to buy it soon, because I'm onto my 5th book that I need to read to be able to buy one, so I'm very excited. But anyway guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Bye!